You're watching Outnumbered. I'm Harris Faulkner, here with my co-host Emily Campagno. Also joining us today, Molly Line, Fox News correspondent, Kennedy, host of the Kennedy Saves the World podcast, and Larry Kudlow, host of Kudlow on Fox Business. Thumbs up to Larry. Okay, we have brand new reaction now from President Trump, who has had enough of the woke mob going after Sydney Sweeney. This weekend, the left took their anti-Sweeney extremism to a new level. They doxed the details of her voter registration. Now, whether or not you're registered to a party is public. Who you vote for is not. But whether you vote according to how you registered is gettable. So we'll just put that out there. It all turned out to be that she's a registered Republican. And then they made a negative connection between her GOP affiliation and the American Eagle ad. Oh boy, here they go. Here's how the president initially reacted when finding out Sydney Sweeney has been a registered Republican since last year.
President, after Sydney Sweeney, it came out this weekend that she was a registered Republican. Any thoughts on that?
That who was?
Sydney Sweeney. She's like a very hot actress right now.
She's a registered Republican?
Yes.
Oh, now I love her ad. Is that right? Is Sydney Sweeney? You'd be surprised at how many people are Republicans. That's what I wouldn't have known, but I'm glad you told me that. If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic.
Today, the president took his defense of Sydney Sweeney a step further, writing on Truth Social, Sydney Sweeney, a registered Republican, has the hottest ad out there. It's for American Eagle, and the jeans are flying off the shelves. Go get him, Sydney. On the other side of the ledger, Jaguar did a stupid and seriously woke advertisement. That is a total disaster. The CEO just resigned in disgrace, and the company is in absolute turmoil. Being woke is for losers. Larry Kudlow.
You have to start here, don't you? Hottest ad is you'd be amazed at who are Republicans.
Yeah.
People you know, and maybe even sit near you. Who knows? On the bus, on the subway, out on the streets. People come up and say, I am a Republican. It's an amazing thing. Most extraordinary thing I've ever seen. She's a beautiful woman. By the way, she also is apparently a good gunshot.
Yes.
She's a rifle person. So that makes her even hotter ad. I have to watch what I say here, but
You're doing okay. You said ad.
It's just an ad. It's a hot ad. She must be an all-American woman. I can't wait to meet her. We're going to invite her for the Kudlow show.
Oh, okay. We can come back.
I also know she's an expert on fiscal policy, and she loves tax cuts as a good supply sider. I'm just hypothesizing.
You know, Kennedy, it must have been an extra rub, though, for Democrats, because she became a registered Republican during a presidential year that they lost.
Yes, and I've worked at my polling place for many, many years, and we used to have to call out which ballot to give them. It was like Republican, Democrat, and some people were like, you know, like they were being outed in a nefarious brothel. But it really is okay to vote with your conscience, and some places, depending on where you live, you have to have a party affiliation, and that's the one she chose. She probably grew up around fun, rational parents, not a bunch of party pooper progressives. I don't know what woman in their 20s would want to date progressive men right now. I mean, they are the absolute worst. So I actually think, you know, not that she had any problems on the romantic front, but I think this has really opened up many more possibilities for her. But to your point at the beginning of the show, going woke has been horrible for business. Just look at and just like that, the Sex and the City reboot, it was canned after 3 seasons because it was really boring, and they tried to jam so much messaging down people's throats, it became impossible to watch. Who was on the headline, the main headline on New York Post Online? Gayle King. They're like, she's too expensive, too woke. Ratings have tanked. They're down 30% in the demo over just a year. So American Eagle may be carving a path for many other advertisers, and they may be seeing that this could be extremely profitable leaning into the division, which could actually bring people together, oddly enough.
Emily.
Yeah, and what I see from this is the same tired play being executed by the left, but all the rules have changed. We don't succumb actually to cancel culture anymore. Doxing is actually horrific. It's actually great to be a Republican now. People are proud of it. And I think we've come such a long way from the knee-jerk apology written by a general counsel from someone that accidentally proclaimed their faith or accidentally was honest in an interview. So bravo, American Eagle, for saying, actually, it's just about genes. Bravo, Sydney Sweeney, for being herself and authentic. And those of us who have been following Tearing Tactical for so long, I mean, they are incredible. They are the creme de la creme of firearms training and weaponry. And so to see her align with them too, it's like, yeah, to the rest of the world, to those liberal, sort of incendiary, want to be kill the beast, woke mobsters, welcome to the real world. This is rational, free-thinking America now, and Sydney Sweeney is going to go much further than all of them while trying to cancel her.
And Taylor Swift, by the way, was booed in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was part
Fox
of Trump's
carried it.
tweet.
All right.
I just want to put that.
So I agree. The doxing thing, when we heard, oh, she's a Republican, as this was being revealed, I had the same feeling that this felt like doxing to me. And the way the media is covering this non-scandal scandal. Here's a headline out of The Guardian. It'll be carnage. Why Sydney Sweeney's risky political moment may backfire. This wasn't a moment she grabbed to be political. She's a gorgeous model, talented actress that did a jeans ad, which, by the way, remember when everything was sexy and scandalous and you go back to the Pepsi commercial? She is buttoned up and covered up like she's going to go paint a house. This isn't even crazy or there's just nothing here that is controversial, but it's being created.
Yeah, you know what? I don't remember specifically, but wasn't Brooke Shields topless in the Calvin Klein ad?
And 15 years old.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
That was the issue with that. And yes, she was topless. Okay. And, to Larry's point, Taylor Swift, Mrs. Billionaire Influencer, she endorsed Kamala, and that turned out to be the angle.
She was booed for quite a while in the Super Bowl. Trump went in there and was cheered like crazy. I mean, it really was a difference. The tide has turned. Was Brooke Shields a Republican, by the way? I didn't know how did she get into this
I don't think
conversation?
she is now, but don't worry. She'll have a nice reset.
She comes from a very old family.
I popped into the American Eagle store right here in Times Square over the weekend to just see if anything had changed or if they were doing anything differently. The Sydney Sweeney ad is right there at the beginning when we walk in. And her jean, the one she helped design,
the store was
with
mobbed.
The butterfly motif, which, by the way, is about domestic violence and is raising money for domestic violence, is right there at the front with the little butterfly motif if you're into that. But
was the store mobbed? Everyone's trying to go in there?
it was busy in there. Yeah,
Busy.
and the other thing is the rest of the posters and ads on the wall picture women of all different colors and races. And,
That's right.
Sydney Sweeney was just on the poster at the beginning of the store, but when you walk around, very diverse staff, diverse
What's the moral of the
pictures.
story for this segment? Republicans are hot.
Okay, we're moving on.
That's the way I look
Love
at
it. You're not wrong.
Oh, no.
You're not wrong, Larry.
We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.